Wanna be a champion, raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go back tonight. Born to be a champion, raised in the jungle. All my life, yeah, I had to fight. FNG, let's go live tonight. You can't move on your own. We just move, dancing in the end zone. Crush groove. All we do is get dubs. Hate to lose. We can do this all day. No snooze. Don't get it poppin' if you saying that you poppin', dog. Never will I lose to a dude. Just won't happen, y'all. Call a deep pass. Watch flash. What you crying for? Gonna pass a six. Better yet, put on up quick. Hear 'em hating from the side. Twitch watch. I guess you say it's about time. TikTok. FNG, where we at? On top. Other leagues can't win. Flip flop. Wanna be a champion. Raised in the jungle.
What's going on, FNG? It's your boy, Big Boy Deal, the Browns owner. Man, this is episode 59. Oh, I say episode, I'm sorry, podcast show 59. So want to like to say thank you for all the guys that's been on the show, keeping this thing going. We had, a couple of times we had to delay the show a couple of times, but 59 podcast shows, that's amazing. As always, we got a lot to talk about. We're going to be covering weeks 6 through 9. A lot of games to go over, especially this past week. We had a couple upsets and a couple of shockers, so we got to talk about it. All right, I'm gonna bring on Mike Wright, the Steelers owner.
Dragon. What's going on, FNG family?
Yes, sir. Then I will bring on, as always, the triple OG/triple OG. Got to add this 9 times.
9 times.
9 times. Super Bowl champ, Mr. Tony Tranks, the 49ers owner.
I get used to that. Greetings, everyone. Good to be here.
And you're going to get it every time. All right, shout out to the Harris. He's watching. Shout out to Tillman. All right.
What's going on,
guys? Get right into it. And hey, as always, too, if you want to join the show, hit me up on Messenger. I just need your email and get you on the show, whether it's 5 minutes or the whole show. You come on here. All right. Hey, Harris,
get on, talk about your game.
Yep.
At least for a second,
work,
right?
Harris. Bossy ain't working. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Tranks, man. Can you go over division?
All right. We're going to go over the FNG division leaders as of week 9. We have 3 games left in week 9. So we'll go over the standings currently. We always start at the AFC North. We have the Ravens at 8-0. In second place, the Browns at 7-1. Big time turnaround from the last 2 seasons. The Bengals at 5-3, and rounding out the division, we have the Steelers at 2-6. Heading to the AFC South, we have the Texans at 5-3. Now that, I don't know what their record was last season, but I know they weren't at the top of the division. They are doing their best to dominate this division. I know it was the Jags division last season, last 2 seasons, I think. But the Jaguars in second place at 3-5. We have the Titans at 2-6. We have the Colts at 1-7. Heading on over to the AFC East, we have the Bills in front by 2 games, 5-3. We have the Jets at 3-5. And that's much better than they were last 2 seasons, I'm sure. We have the Dolphins at 2-6. We have the Patriots at 1-8. That's a surprise record. Has he tossed in the towel, Dill? Do you know? Oh, come on, Dorian.
Sorry. I had you on mute. You stupid.
All right, heading over to the AFC West. We have the Chargers at 7-0. We have the Broncos, season 1 champions, at 6-1 in second place. We have the Chiefs at 4-3, and with the Raiders rounding out the division at 1-6. Heading over to the NFC North. King of the North at 9-0, unstoppable 9-0. The Vikings are in second place at 5-4. Packers right behind them at 4-4. With the Vikings round out the division at 1-7. Heading on down to the dirty South, NFC South, we have the Falcons and Panthers both tied at 4-4.
That's
I guess
surprising.
Falcons and Panthers
Falcons.
tied at 4-4.
No,
Yeah.
the Falcons really 4-4.
Yeah, they had a couple rough games earlier in this season.
Yeah.
We have the Saints at 3-5. We have the Bucks at 0-9. Another shocker because they're never this bad. So they haven't been this bad in a long time. But yeah. I think making the playoffs, they had their schedule, is a playoff schedule. So heading over to the NFC East, we have the Washington football team bouncing back in front of the division 6-1.
Shout
the
out.
Cowboys.
Shout out. That's what's up.
Isaiah Nash, I see you out there. You have the Cowboys at 4-4. No, I'm sorry. The Giants at 4-3. They're in second place. And they actually play the football team. I think they're playing tonight. That's what Tigers told me.
Okay.
Cowboys in third place at 4-4. And we have the Eagles at 3-5, rounding that division out. And heading over to the NFC West, where the 49ers barely holding on to that lead at 6-2. We have the Cardinals at 5-3. And they had a pretty big win this past week when we go over the games. We have the Rams at 4-4, still trying to get into the playoffs. And the Seahawks at 3-5. Anybody think Matt's going to make the playoffs this year?
I'm not going to put my pennies on that one. I'm good.
So that's
I don't know.
Because
I don't know if Matt's the same Matt. Because I don't hear Matt. When Matt came into the league, Matt was loud. Uh-huh. This Matt that came back into the league, he's real quiet right now.
And so because he's quiet, you don't think he's going to win?
Is that it? I think his game plan is, he plays a little different, right? He just lost to somebody. Who did he just lose to? Well, we'll talk about it.
He just lost to somebody. We'll go over it.
Yeah.
We'll see. And that is the FNG standing, sir, as of week 9.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. All right, from there, we're going to go to the top 10, fellas. All right, so there's been some moves since the last show. But
I have the last top 10 if you want it.
Yeah, can you read that off?
Sure. Last top 10 going from 1 to 10. Chargers number 1. Broncos were number 2. Ravens were number 3. Bears were number 4. Browns were number 5. The 49ers were number 6. The Washington football team was number 7. The Chiefs were number 8. Falcons were number 9. And the Bengals were number 10. That was as of week 5.
I'm glad you just said that. Actually, give me 1 second. I want to look at, because the top 10 we have now, I think should change a little bit. I got to look at, I'm sorry, where's he at?
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, so go ahead. What's up, Mike?
I was going to say, just, switch to the stats while you're looking through that so we don't got a big pause.
No, I got it right here.
All right, cool.
All right. All right, so the top 10 right now that was submitted a minute ago has the Chiefs at number 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I believe the Texans should be number 10. Texans are 5-3. I think currently the Chiefs are 4-3, but the Texans just came off a big win over the Broncos.
Yes. Okay. Well, then let's replace them.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah. All right. So I think the Texans should be at number 10. Number 9, Bengals 5-3. 8, Cardinals 5-3. 7, 49ers 6-2. 6, Washington football team 6-1. 5. Sorry, somebody just hit message. 5, Browns at 7-1. 4, Broncos 6-1. 3, actually, I'm sorry, I gotta change this view. At 3, it's gonna be the Bears at 9-0. Shout out to the Bears. Number 2, Ravens at 8-0. And number 1, Debo, the Chargers. It says 6-0. But he just sent a message said he's 7-0. He hasn't played this week yet. Cocky mug.
He plays Saturday. He's at work now, probably.
He's already saying he's 7-0. So.
Oh damn! Damn. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot. You know why? Because he's a different breed.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. And that's the top 10, y'all. If y'all disagree, please leave us a message.
He's the MLB commissioner. He's a different breed.
Shout out to Ty watching. Matt, what's up, Matt? Ain't no disrespect there, man. I just gotta see you back in the playoffs, brother. All right.
Is Matt gonna? Does Matt say he's gonna make the playoffs?
Yeah, Matt. He ain't saying that yet, but Matt, you gonna make the playoffs? I don't know. We'll see. Join the show. Let's talk about it. All right.
It's currently 3-5. So, and we're a little bit over half of the way through at week 9. So he's in danger of being eliminated.
All right. Sorry, Harris. You're correct. You're 7-0 now. He's saying he'll be 8-0 after this week.
Correct. I like that list. I missed out on the Texans. Yeah, I would definitely get the Texans in the top 10 because that was a big win.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that definitely. And I wish is that Dog? I wish he could be on the show and talk about it. Yep.
He's probably taking a nap somewhere.
Right. All right, Mike, can you go over some stats for us? And before you do that, apologize, guys. I know we've been spoiled by Joseyan and showing all the stats on the screen, but hopefully next year we'll have that up.
Hey, I know this is kind of out of the way, but both Sleep and Dog are in a party right now. You want me to jump in their party, see if I can get them in here?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Hey, wait, Mike. Wait a minute. I'm sorry, Mike. I apologize. Matt said we asked him, is he making the playoff? He said, is water wet? That's his response. All right, we'll see. We're gonna see. All right, sorry, Mike.
Hey, what the people in the league have to say is more important than what I'm doing here. So
he said he's gonna make the playoffs for sure.
All right, so we're gonna go into the stats. Unlike usual, where I pull the stats at the beginning of the week, because we pulled this together fairly quickly. These stats are as of an hour ago. So leading off with passing yards is Pat Mahomes of the Chiefs, followed by Jordan Love of the Pack and Jared Goff of the Rams. Jared Goff has 26 touchdowns, leading the league, followed by Drew Lock of the Broncos, and oddly enough, Lamar Jackson of the Ravens.
Oh.
And QB rating for people who have over 10 attempts, Justin Herbert of the Chargers is 134.8, followed by Jim McMahon of the Bears and Joe Burrow of the Bengals.
Drink said, make him junior. Can't hear you, Tranks. You got yourself on mute.
Yeah. All right. Rushing yards. Ronald Jones II is following up his amazingly magnificent year last year with 1,734 rushing yards so far, followed by Kalen Ballage of the Chargers and Melvin Gordon III of the Bills. Melvin Gordon also has 19 touchdowns leading the group, followed by Kalen Ballage and Joe Mixon of the Bengals. Ronald Jones has 217 carries at this point.
God, no.
Followed by Lev Bell of the Jets and Kalen Ballage. Now for wide receivers. And I do believe for the very first time since I started doing these stats, I am not saying 3 letters. So Gregorius Yell of the Giants is leading with 1,022 receiving yards, followed by Amari Cooper of the Rams and Hollywood Brown of the Bengals. Brandon Ayuk of the 49ers has 14 touchdowns, followed by Amari Cooper and Andy Isabella from the Cardinals. Christian McCaffrey has the most receptions with 56, followed by Cooper Kupp of the Rams and Allen Robinson II from the Patriots. So, Dill, you know what three letters those are that I did not say for the very
OBJ.
first time?
right. OBJZ.
Yeah. All right. So on defense, interceptions. Isaiah Simmons of the Cards is leading with 10 interceptions, followed by Patty Queen and Keanu Neal of the Ravens, and Tavarius Moore of the 49ers.
Wow.
Forced fumbles, Patty Queen, Chandler Jones, and Dirty Derwin all have 4 forced fumbles. Khalil Mack of the Bears is leading with 13 sacks, followed by Danielle Hunter, Chandler Jones, and Fletcher Cox from Philly. Tackles for loss, Darius Leonard of the Colts, Patty Queen, and Xavier Woods of the Cowboys all have 12 tackles for losses. Isaiah Simmons of the Cards has 4 defensive touchdowns. Steven Denmark has 3, and then there's like 4 other people who have 2. Chase Wood of the Browns is 14 of 14 on extra points, followed by Keone Fairbairn of the Texans and Eddie Pinheiro of the Bears. Justin Tucker is 48 of 49 of extra points, followed by Mike Badgley of the Chargers and Chase McLaughlin of the Cards. And Matt Gay of the Chargers has 5 touchbacks from punts. Speaking of punts, the longest punt comes from Cameron Johnston of the Tennessee Titans at 69 yards.
Damn.
The longest field goal, Ty's watching, right? So Ty, awesome job here. Brett Maher of the Lions at 58 yards. Interceptions, longest interception is tied. Kendall Fuller of the Washington football team and Micah Hyde of the Bills at 105 yards. Longest rush is Kalen Ballage for 88 yards. The longest pass, still Trevor Lawrence to George Kittle from the 49ers. This one's asterisk because he ran out at like the 3 or the 6. Longest kick return. Matt, you get to say your name here. Steven Sims of Seattle, 106 yards. And the longest punt return is Marquise Goodwin of the Ravens at 33 yards. And that's it.
All right.
Just so you know, I was successful. I got in contact with Dog, so he should be messaging you.
Shoot.
Didn't want to interrupt Mike, but
Yep. I got it. If we can, while I work on this, can we go, Mike? I appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
Can you go to week 6 and let's go over some games?
Games of the week.
Games of the week. And who am I sending this to?
This is Dog. He should be
okay.
inboxing you.
Yep, I got it.
Week 6.
Dog, you about to receive the invite, brother.
Let's see what games stand out to you here. Man, the Ravens dropped damn near 70 points on the Saints, 69 to 21.
I seen that. That's crazy.
Nice.
Come on, Brandon.
And he didn't score in the 4th.
Arizona, San Francisco.
Why was that one on
4-point game?
Yeah.
Week 6.
Yeah. Week 6. I remember that game. That game, it felt like there was no defense in that game. But I had a perfect quarterback rating, 253 yards passing and 5 touchdowns that game. And Gardner Minshew, 156.2 with 324 yards and 4 touchdowns. Mostert had 105, but no touchdowns, and he had a couple guys rushing, but they didn't even get 55 yards. One had 53, one had 27. Nothing much going on the ground. It was mainly in the air for them. Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk had a pretty good game. But because I just played him, it's really hard to remember that game. The only thing memorable about that game to me, I felt like I had a bunch of interceptions fall off my defender's hands in that game. So really, I felt like I should have beat him by more points than I did. I know there was the game came down to me driving at the end to score and win. I know I had to score last to win, but I really didn't get the breaks that I wanted in this game. But there were no picks. Neither of us threw interceptions in this game. Believe it or not, I had a defensive breakout message for 2 people in this game, and because the guys were dropping picks, we didn't get it. But that's really all that happened in that game that I can remember. Here's a definitely a game we're talking about. Eagles beat the Green Bay Packers 22-20. I was watching.
Yes,
I was playing my game. I noticed that score, and I was like, "What in the hell is going on with Ty?" Ty is like just. It looked like it started Terrence Phillips. Jordan Love must have got hurt or something.
Now the Eagles owner used to be the Seahawks
owner,
right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. And he moved from the Seahawks to the Eagles because he's actually from Philadelphia, Brian Edelman.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz looked like he had a terrible day, but somehow he pulled this out. Miles Sanders had a pretty okay day, 84 yards rushing on 16 carries. He limited Aaron Jones to 65 yards on 12 carries. He usually does pretty good with Aaron Jones on the ground. He only had 2 touchdowns. So what was he have? A bunch of picks? Jordan Love threw 3 picks in this game. That's probably what it is. Yeah, that's what it was. Jordan Love threw 3 picks. I guess it was enough. That was a shocker. Anything else stand out to you guys this week?
I'm sorry, I'm doing all that.
Let's see.
We had my loss of 3 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, that's becoming a trend, man. What's going on with you, Mike?
It is. I know. So this game, Steelers Panthers. I mean, I owned the clock.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it actually doesn't show that, has him at 14:40, but the first half, I mean, I didn't throw a pass, in my first 2 drives. It was just run. There's no stopping it. First big mistake, 18 seconds left in the first half. The clock is not running. It showed that he had taken a timeout, so I didn't take one, and the clock ran out on me while I was in field goal range. Because the clock wasn't running, I thought I could do it. So,
hey, wait, Mike, I'm sorry I got to cut you off just real quick. Give me 1 second. We'll bring somebody in. We're bringing in Dog, the Texans owner. Should be coming in a second. Let him in.
I guess we're waiting on. We're waiting on him.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
So that was the first big mistake out of that game, and then just I guess I took the foot off in the fourth, and defensively, and I was just trying to hold him back instead of playing a harder defense. And I mean, I didn't play a prevent defense, but I did play a softer defense, and that's really what did me in. And 3 seconds
tighten up
left,
towards the end, man.
3 seconds left in the game. He goes. Instead of kicking the field goal, he goes for the touchdown and wins it instead of ties it.
Oh boy!
Yes, sir.
Is that Timothy
Hey,
McRae?
hey, and we got to introduce this brother.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, hey, first time on the show. All right, we talk to him all the time
Yeah.
on Xbox. And,
Yeah.
and he got the hat on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, dog.
Yeah, I bought one. A little cheap one though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
Welcome, brother. Thank you for
Glad
joining,
to be
man.
a part of it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me, man.
So
Been
real
waiting
quick,
to do this.
I know Tranks always do this, but since your first time on the show, tell us, give us some input. Like, tell us, what you think about the league, how it's being ran, the structure of it, everything. Like, what do you think so far? You being a part of this league.
Especially
off,
because you were
Let's try.
back.
old
Let's
school
try this. Let's try
and
this.
came back.
How were you introduced to the league?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
When were you introduced to the league? What Madden?
So many years ago. That was, oh gosh, that was like 10, 12 years ago.
Oof, over a decade ago, huh?
That was a long time ago. Yeah. Then we stopped playing.
What team did you have back then? Do you even remember?
I had Miami Dolphins, I think.
Miami Dolphins. Okay.
It was the Miami Dolphins. Yeah.
Okay. And
but
you left for a little bit, and you came back into the league. Was it much different when you came back?
It was interesting because I haven't really played against anybody. So it was all, because of family and stuff, a lot of times my games would get interrupted. So I really just would only play my own franchise by myself. So this way it wouldn't interfere with family. So my kids are bigger now. So back playing again. And it's, I'm excited. I've never put in so much work in this freaking game before in my Madden years, but it's been interesting how much time and effort it takes to freaking get better at this freaking game.
Yeah.
There's a few teams out there that I despise. Jaguars being one.
What was your first
problem? He's an issue.
What was
man.
your first Madden
I can't freaking stand that guy.
What was your first Madden back? Was it
20
or 21?
Wasn't it 20? We came back. Sleep and I came back in 20.
Okay. Season 5 or 4, maybe.
So I think it was 4. And then you guys squeezed in one more season.
Okay, so you got season 5 in. Okay. So you being a guy who's seen FNG in the past, and you've seen FNG as it is currently, what would you say the biggest difference is?
Frank, you do this so much better than me. Kick rocks, whatever. I don't like
goodness gracious, that was so long ago.
Were you successful? Were you successful back then, or were you more successful now?
Trank, it's been over a decade, man, since you know what I mean? I don't remember all that.
All right, let me interpret. Let me interpret. He was getting his butt kicked back then, so he don't remember none of that stuff.
I don't remember, man.
But now that he's starting to get some wins over some big champions, which we're gonna go over in a bit. It's a little different now. Huh?
He remembers play by play.
I'd rather not even talk about that win. That was a hard game. I didn't like that game at all. That was a hard freaking game. That's one of the hardest games I think one of the toughest games I played, though there's been tough ones. But I think that's probably where I was the most focused on a guy where, I came in with a game plan and said, I'm going to stick to it. Oftentimes, I had a game plan against you, Dill. Don't let no deep passes. It worked in the first half. Went away from it in the second half and got toasted twice by Odell. So that's what I'm saying. So I learned from that. I said, you know what? I'm not doing it again. I'm going to stick to my game plan, and I'm going to ball. And whatever happens, happens. If I come in with a game plan, I've been putting in the work, putting in the time. And so, hey, whatever happens, happens. And that's it. Dill, when I see those Browns again, man, oh my God.
Son.
I can't wait.
Hey, Harris said, Trank's over here with these Dr. Phil questions. Hey, real quick, I got to do this. I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm sorry. Is it 3-time champ? Super Bowl champ? I ain't got my trophy with me.
Who?
2-time or 3 times? Matt,
3 times.
3 times. I'm sorry. No disrespect, Matt. 3-time Super Bowl champ, came back in the league. Luckily, got his team back. We got Matt, aka TD Jakes, aka 3 times. Well, what's up, Matt?
AKA, you're not that good, son.
You're not good. What's up,
What's
Matt?
going on, Matt?
What's going on?
Yeah,
Hey,
there
I
he
ain't
is.
that good right now, but it's all good.
Man, what's going on, Matt? I thought you've been playing Madden.
Nah, I haven't been playing, but I mean, I'm playing now, so not right now, but I'm playing now, so
Right.
it's cool.
All right.
I ain't gonna lose no more.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
Hey,
You got a
that's
pretty
on
tough schedule
record.
coming up.
That's on record. It's on
I
record.
ain't
It's
gonna
on
lose no more.
YouTube.
Y'all gonna play this clip. Hey, I already know what's gonna happen.
Hey,
All
Reggie,
right.
Reggie gonna snip that right there. You put it out
I'ma
there.
really
All
have
right.
to.
No, go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
Now I'm gonna really have to play now. So I said that, but I ain't gonna lose no more. I ain't gonna lose no more.
All right. All right. Well, fellas, if y'all can help us out, we on week
7. We just moved on to week 7.
We're moving to week 7 and go over some key games that week.
Well, you know what? Before we go to week 7, there was one game where Seattle went 49-20, 47-20, 49-29. You had to start that up 4 times against Dorian. You dominated Dorian, and he was the season 1 representative for the NFC in the Super Bowl. So what happened in that game that made you so successful?
Man.
The reason I beat him was we played 4 times, so I knew his plays. I knew what he was gonna do. So once I played him the 5th time, it was like, oh, okay, he doing the same thing. Okay, I ain't gotta, that's all that really was, because it was one game where he was actually about to beat me, and it went down. I was like, that's cool. And then it was one game. No, and then it was one game I was up 20, and it went off. I was like, man, but we played through it or whatever. But that's the only reason why I beat him, was because we played 4 times. Like, if we would have just
you dropped 22 points in the 4th. That was big. That was real big.
Dang, I ain't see that. That's what's
up. So that means you kind of knew what was going on and were able to knock it out. Yeah, I want to make sure we didn't forget that, because that was the first week we went over. We're in week 7 right now, and let's see. I want to say Philly beat Tennessee Titans. No surprise there. Miami Dolphins take care of the New York Jets. 35-21. These guys are like big time rivals. Bullock and More Life McKinney. We gotta get him back on the show. They be going back and forth in the forums.
Speaking of More Life McKinney, please pray for his family.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
10-4.
Yeah, just pray for his family. Shout out to you.
Will do.
Yes,
Prayers
sir.
going up for you, man. That was an important game for both of them. For the S talking that they do. Let's see. Minnesota losing to Washington, another big game. Washington beats a 35-21 over Minnesota. Whew. Arizona all over Tampa Bay, 52-0. Tampa Bay is falling off the schneid, man. They can't get a win.
I mean, shout out to him, but he was 11-5 last season, and he's going 9. Now that's like fighting for the number 1 pick.
Now, Mike, you literally gave the 0-6 Patriots their first win. You got to tell us what happened.
Literally gave it to them. So, much like the game before, I owned it. It was my game all the way through. At the beginning of the 4th quarter,
you shut him out for 3 quarters.
I shut him out for 3 quarters. At the beginning of the 4th quarter, Kalfani fumbled the ball, and then all of the momentum switched over. I couldn't do anything after that.
Just so everybody know, because I took a screenshot of it. Going into the 4th quarter, the Steelers were up 23-0, and they lost 26-23.
26 unanswered
points.
How, Sway?
After that fumble, I could not do a thing, and yeah, it was.
You could have did a thing. You could have kneeled the ball, ran clock. Man, I remember watching that game and I turned it off. I'm like, all right, he got the win.
He did the Reggie Miller meme.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, because that was man, I thought you had that one.
Yeah.
And week 2 of less than a minute left, and them going ahead.
Man. Let's see. Anything?
Right, the Giants over the Texans.
Tim, you lost to the Giants. What happened in that game, brother?
Oh man! Again, game plan.
You switch up your game
Out of
plan.
my game plan. I knew that. Yeah, it's when you started. Like I said, I would do it in the first half, and then the second half I changed things up. And again, Saquon got me. I knew to keep an eye on him and that freaking Yell, whatever the flip that receiver's name.
Gregorius Yell,
who I held about 88 yards. I don't even think he had a touchdown. He didn't even have a touchdown. He had 88 yards. I don't think he scored a touchdown. But I fell out of what I was supposed to be doing, and I paid the price. So.
They're pretty well passing too.
Lesson.
But you didn't do a whole lot on the ground, which is not usually how you work. You do pretty well rushing the ball along with passing, but you ended up having to throw a whole lot.
Yep,
that was a surprise. That was a really surprise. I actually was expecting you to do better, but hey, sometimes you get the bear, sometimes the bear gets you.
Yeah, but I put myself in those situations, so it makes it tricky.
The Chargers scored 72 points on the Kansas City Chiefs. The defenses were not on the bus for this game. Oh my God.
They were not.
No.
And Kansas City had 555 passing yards.
Yeah, that's just insane. Insane.
But we got Matt on here. Seahawks losing to the Broncos. 45-21.
Oh yeah. I mean, I just
what happened was
I just got on. I'm like hearing him speak. I'm like, dang, I really didn't have a game plan. I didn't have a game plan. I just played, and the first two possessions was interceptions, pick sixes, and I was like, yeah, this is about to be a long day.
Yep.
This is about to be a long day.
Let me ask you this. This was your first game against Chaz, the notorious GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
What was your opinion of his game?
I told you, I don't have an opinion. I threw 2 pick six at the first quarter. I didn't play him anymore. I was playing against myself. And I couldn't. Okay. I never got to play him. I was like, damn, trying to get out of my own way. I couldn't never.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why the score is like that. I threw 5 interceptions. Like, come on. But yeah, it was just he got me though. I was like, okay. He did wait, but he did. I do gotta say this. He did change the time and date. That wasn't the day we were supposed to play.
Okay.
So had we played the day before, it might have been something different. I'm gonna just say that.
Hey, when we were supposed to play, I would have beat him, but we didn't.
Nah, but he got me though, man. He did what he was supposed to do.
That's what's up.
Yeah, he's a
he
good
had some
opponent.
plays. I was like, okay, all right, okay. He had a couple
very
plays.
efficient.
I was like, okay.
When he's focused, he's very efficient. We had another shocker this week. Carolina 49, Atlanta 41. I almost fell on my chair when I saw this because D usually controls that division, and Joe Williams, he was on his game.
Mm-hmm.
He scored 14 points every quarter except the second. He wanted this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think the last time he scored this many points. This was an impressive win, and the reason why he's tied for the lead in this in his division. Anything else stand out this week in week 7? Or we moving on? Ravens. Ravens. Browns. What happened? You got doubled up on.
Yeah. What happened?
I can talk about it. No, shout out to the Ravens. So it's only a few teams in this league that when you make mistakes,
Mhm.
you know, they're gonna capitalize on it. You know, it's like a handful of
Mhm.
teams that's like that. And Ravens is one of them. Where when I threw, I think 2 picks.
Yes. No.
And,
Yeah. Baker Mayfield had 2 picks.
Right, and I think the difference is he scored after those turnovers.
Mhm.
Where like I got 2 picks and I didn't capitalize. So he's tough, y'all. It's like a triple threat because you got his wide receivers. I don't know why he got Mike Evans. Like why? How? Like Mike Evans, and then you got Hollywood. What's his name? The other dude,
Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown, the speedster,
And
Mike Evans. Go ahead. What'd you say?
And Duvernay.
Right. And
Yeah.
then
And Mike Evans got a speed upgrade last game too.
Yeah. Go figure. And then running back. I like how Trank say the running back's name.
J.K. Dobbins.
So and then of course then you got Jackson. So you don't know what he about to do. If he's gonna do a fake handoff, is he going to hand off? He gonna roll out. He got all this stuff you gotta put in play. And
well, this was one of your games that you didn't have Chubb in because he was injured.
Yes,
right?
I did not have Chubbs. No.
And what was really unusual, that's usually not like you only had 120 yards passing.
Yes.
With 2 picks, that's like 50 yards passing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's unlike, and 1 touchdown. Was OBJ hurt this game? No, he had 94 yards. So.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't hurt. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah. No, dude, it's his defense was nice, man. It was nice.
Yeah.
I was still able to run the ball on him.
Mm-hmm.
I just had 1 big long run, so but
hey, they all count.
Yeah, they do. But it's gonna be a different game next time we play. Hopefully.
My advice from watching you, you had your number 1 rusher out of there, and he's a really good rusher. I believe you're trying so hard to run the ball because you don't want to do like Chaz and don't run at all, because that used to be your game, that you're forgetting that you're a great passer. I honestly think that's what it is, because your performance passing, his pass defense is not that good. I've seen the Chargers pass all over. So you doing this, I've seen you do it in a couple different games. So you need to stop this because it's going to cost you another one if you keep it up. Remember when you next week?
You said what? What'd you say?
I got one for you. I got one
for you too. Listen, the Godfather. Hey, side note, real quick, and Tranks, I think this is probably I don't know, 1,000 times I asked you to do this, but I'll give you money if you kick Harris out the league. All right. Harris is he's not even on the show and he's just talking trash in the chat room.
What is he saying? You gotta know, all chat got to be talked about. You got to bring that up.
He said everybody know I'm gonna throw to OBJ. Well, look at the last game I played and I ain't.
No, everybody knows you're gonna throw the Texas.
Boss, he ain't working.
My advice to you would be to take a little bit longer with your reads and make sure the guy's open, because if I remember watching a game against Chaz, and I've never seen you throw to guys that are like obviously covered. It felt like you didn't even warm up for that game. That's how I know, because you've always been better than that. So
I didn't warm up, but like I said, no excuse. He won. He did what he was supposed to do. On the second, try. But
right.
That's cool.
Hey, real quick, Sleep said out of all the Niner shirts you have, you gonna wear that one?
There's a reason. There's a reason for it. When we talk about the draft, because we're going to eventually talk about that. There's a reason why I had a shirt on.
Okay. All right, fellas, let's keep
it's all strategic. Week 8.
I tell you,
let's go to week 8.
Sleep is the other guy that came in.
Dude.
Keith Mullins. He came in with Dog, and they both were in back in the day, before most of the guys are in the league. And he came back with Dog this time, and he's currently the Colts right now.
Yeah.
So week 8, Seahawks over Carolina. It was a close one, 3 points. Was it a tough game, Matt?
He was getting a little help from Madden, but he got some good passes, man. I was like, it was one play where it was 5 people And then this guy still called it. I was like, okay, you know. But I was happy he made those plays because it made him. I felt like it made him think he can continue to do that, and he, you know, kept trying, and he ended up turning the ball over and giving me the game. So yeah, that's all that was.
Bridgewater with the 2 picks, I'm sure cost him. Yeah, I'm not surprised you won the game. I was shocked that it was that close, but you know the Panthers are probably on a roll from their wins earlier. So Bills, Patriots, man, Patriots can't catch a win. Let's see, anything else stand out?
Then we got the Packers, Falcons over the Packers.
Falcons, Packers.
Talk about a shot in the arm. The Falcons needed this win so bad.
Yep,
because they were on the snide.
Yeah, it's a couple of teams in the league that if you look at last season and you go to this season, you're like they're 2 different teams based off their record right now. But it also depends on your schedule because look at me. I went 7-9 last season.
Right.
And I think I'm 8-1 now or 7-1. One of those.
You only have 1 loss this week.
Yeah. So it depends on your schedule. And it's on record. If you look at the podcast show last season, when we first started the season, I was like, hey, I don't know if I'm gonna make the playoffs. I said it on the podcast show just based off my schedule. And I didn't make it.
Yeah. Well, I know what's the guy's name? Dorian has been struggling with his new quarterback, JC Weatherspoon. So he's been flipping back and forth between Matt Ryan and him. And I guess he stuck with Matt Ryan in this one and got almost 500 yards passing with him. So it looks like he's going to find a way to win. And man, Aaron Jones on 31 yards rushing. He's got to find a way to get that guy going.
All right, Tranks, I got to do it. We got to do it. This is why my man is here. The Texans over the Broncos.
Oh, yeah, this was that week.
20.
Let me just tell you, Tim,
did he play you on time?
The entire league wants to know how you beat the boogeyman. Because everybody this was an upset. No one expected you to win this other than maybe you and maybe Sleep.
No, I don't think Sleep either. Sleep was probably fucking trash. Yeah, dog gonna get killed.
Said it was gonna be a blowout. I even told you to your face I said it was, so I ain't gonna lie now.
He thought he did. He told me it was gonna be a blowout.
Yeah. So how'd you win?
Game plan was to make him beat me with the run.
Smart.
And if he beat me, then there was nothing else I could do. I did not want him passing all over me. I didn't want him to dominate me in the pass game. And I darn sure didn't want that linebacker intercept every freaking ball that came over the middle, taking it back to the house. So I did my best to keep the ball in the middle of the field. I'm serious. Did my best to keep the ball in the middle of the field and just ran the ball, make him stop my run and try to throw open passes. I didn't turn the ball over that game, except for that one fumble.
No picks, though.
That kind of made me nervous. And then, no picks. I scored late, tied the game, send the game into overtime on a 2-point conversion, which was really great. But I was like, hey, listen,
an amazing play.
And then we got into overtime. And I said to myself, if this dude gets the ball, he's gonna freaking beat me. So I gotta go win it.
You got the ball first, and he never saw it. Let me just say, from a guy who was spectating, I'm gonna just give you the position because that's probably what a lot of the league was. From a guy who was spectating, expecting you to lose, watching you pitch a gem. Literally, your run game was on. You had 16 carries for 113 yards, 7 yards a carry. Right? Yeah. You made him respect your run. You limited Drew Lock to 239 yards passing. One touchdown. This dude has like X factor where you can Omaha. This guy he's famous for passing. You shut him down. You made him go. He was 10 for 17, which is normally he throws like 30 passes. This was the perfect game, and there was an interception that he threw where he was like on the goal line. And he had a guy that was open, but he was trying to throw to the tight end, and you were standing right there and picked it off. And I think he thought he was going to have more opportunity to score. And looking at the box score, let me see. I'm almost sure you had time of possession. Yeah, you had the time of possession 18:55, and he had 14:09, and you just strangled him out. Stranglehold him out, and it really wasn't anything you could do. You score, and the pass you threw to tie the game up to go in overtime. Took cojones to throw it. It was across the middle and deep.
Yeah.
What a catch.
Yeah.
Then you got the 2-point conversion after that. Amazing play. And then right after that, you got the ball and threw this strike to the same receiver.
Yeah.
Amazing game. We're proud of you.
Hey.
And they're gonna have to respect the Texans now. That's what it's about now.
Well, shout out to Chaz, because when you're playing someone like that, or playing against you, Debo, even the Browns, whatever teams are at the top of the echelon, the upper echelon teams, you have to focus and you have to pay attention to what you're doing, and you have to come in with a game plan and you have to try to execute it. So for the rest of the season, I'm gonna just whatever game plan I come in, it's the one I'm sticking with. I'll make the minor adjustments as the game goes along, but I won't do too much deviating from what I want to take away from teams.
Yeah. No, man, congratulations, bro. Congrats. So just a couple of comments on here.
Thank you. Shout out to Chaz, by the way, Broncos.
Yeah. Going back to the Packers, Packers said the reason why he lost because he didn't have Aaron Rodgers. Sleep on here trolling. He said no excuses. He said what I told you works, and he said the key to beating Chaz is stay away from the middle, control the clock, and run the ball. Play pass defense. I agree.
You bought my game plan. That was it.
And then
whether or not it worked was on what was going to happen.
Hey, Harris need to get fired, man. Harris is just, I don't like Harris, man.
Sydney.
He said you don't need a game plan for the Browns.
Inmates are running wild, and Harris was watching the podcast.
Okay, moving right along.
I don't think that's it for the rest of the week. You think?
Dallas over the Rams, 18-14. Two guys that are probably vying for a wild card. So that was a big game between some other NFC opponents.
Yes.
Cincinnati over Pittsburgh, another game that I expected to be slightly closer. But I watched this game. The score is not as close as the game seemed. Because I know Billis was sweating in that game.
8 seconds left in the first half. He throws the ball out of the back of the end zone. His receiver runs into my DB, who is on the back end of the end zone, and gets a pass interference call.
Puts the ball on the one.
Puts the ball on the one. Yeah, that gives him that touchdown at the end of the half. I mean, it was total BS call by Madden. But hey,
yeah. So that was a really good game. So moving on to week 9. Man,
week 9.
Dyslexic over there. All right. Any games worth talking about this week?
Bengals Browns.
Man, you already know it's a couple of games. Strengths.
Okay. What happened in this Bengals Browns game?
Shout out to Billups. We are keeping the tradition going. I normally always win the first game of the season. He wins the second one. So it's always either we win by a touchdown or you win by 3. This game right here went into overtime, but going back to the first quarter, y'all check it out. He had me. He had me at 1 point
21-7.
Right, 21-7. But he actually in the first half he was up by
28-7. Yeah.
He had me up by 18. And I remember sitting the controller down. And I told Tranks earlier today, I set the controller down. I was like, play this dude like you play a head-to-head, like you never played him before, and just make the adjustments. I literally just set the controller down. I was like, make my adjustments. And that's what I did. And from then on, if you look in the second half, he scored late in the fourth quarter. But I scored 16. Well, of course, with
the second half.
Yeah.
And then overtime.
Then overtime. So my defense definitely stepped up. He had a mean pick 6. And I showed Tranks. I was trying to throw it out to the flat to OBJ. And the honey badger, he I don't know what he did. Like he stepped in. So that's why I was, he's coming in. I'm gonna just throw out the flat real quick. And then he just came right back out to the flat.
Yeah, what everyone's talking about, what Dill's talking about is RPO he was doing, and the honey badger looked like he was moving away, like he was going back in the zone, but he went back to the spot and picked it off and ran it back. It was like a 70-yard pick 6. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was whatever. Anyway. But yeah, shout out to Billis. We always play close games. And of course, when I see him on week 17, it's gonna be another close game. So yeah. And like I said, when the
Nick Chubb's
overtime
back. 236 yards on 25 carries, 4 touchdowns.
Dude, so yeah, you look at that alone. So even passing, I threw 320 yards with that one pick. I had 1 touchdown, sacked 3 times, but then rushing with Chubb's back, 25 carries for 236 yards, 4 touchdowns. And what I like to see now, what I changed my offense up to a little bit, my passing, I spread the ball out a lot. So you see a lot of people like Odell didn't even have the most catches. Well, he did have the most catches, but not the most yards.
Yeah, 95 yards.
Yeah, by 3 though. Whatever. Spread the ball around. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well,
about that Battle of Texas.
Hey, wait a minute. Time out. Harris said Dill laid the controller down and his neighbor picked it up.
That's pretty good.
All right, Harris, keep it going, man. All right.
Oh gosh.
I hope they get you with a triple back. All right, go ahead.
Battle of Texas, dog.
What's that? The Dallas game?
Yes.
I don't remember ever playing Bat Ratchet, but I'm sure I played him before. I don't know. Threw a pick. I didn't throw any touchdowns that game. He picked me off a time or two. I don't recall, but I just
one pick. But
yeah. Game was. I didn't know. I wasn't sure what his game plan was. Whether it was going to be all pass because he only ran the ball I think 6 times with Ezekiel Elliott. So I really wasn't. I was just trying to figure the guy out. And then where I can get my opportunities, that's where I took them. Tried to keep the ball on the ground and kept it simple. Didn't overthink it. You know,
smart.
Yeah.
Everybody should do that. Maybe I should have done that for my game this week. Let's see.
You did in the first half.
Oh, you know what, Matt? Did you watch my game? The Arizona game?
I watched the first half and then I turned it back on and you was like, man. And I was like, yeah, this is how did he lose? I went back and watched it though. The quarterback. It was a quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait. You said you gotta tell a score.
The San Francisco 49ers dropped this one to the Arizona Cardinals 38-48. But I had complete control of this game early.
Yes, you did.
First carry, 75 yards to the house.
Please go back and watch this run, y'all. Please go to Cole's Twitch and watch the first play and watch this run and hear Cole's reaction.
He hit him in the backfield. He hit him in the backfield.
Yes, it was a solid hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch that, y'all.
It was a hit heard around the world, but wasn't enough to put him down. And he took it another 75 yards to the house. And then I'd probably say his third play of his ensuing drive, he said he threw a screen to the left, bounced right off the back of his lineman's head, right into my off defensive lineman's hands, and ran that right back in. I was laughing. I was even showboating on the way in. It was hilarious. Because he was so mad.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I did not feel threatened this game until I started losing my mind and just throwing just undisciplined passes I was doing. I had 3 picks in this game, but it was really the 2 picks, the one on the left side. If you go back to rewatch the game, there's a one deep on the left sideline. I didn't have to throw that ball. I could have just threw it away and punted the ball, right? And there was another play where I rolled to the right, and I could have ran out of bounds or slid. I don't know what I was thinking. Instead of, I let them hit me, fumble the ball. That was a big turnover. And on that same play, I schemed the guy open for a post for a touchdown, and I didn't throw the ball. And I wasn't focused. That's the best way to put it. I just wasn't focused. And I threw a pick. I think I threw a pick at the end, but that pick, wasn't much. My final drive, I had the ball down by I think 3. Ball on the 35-ish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew what he was doing, but I didn't do what I was supposed to do to keep him from
Getting in there.
hitting me. And that's why I didn't throw the touchdown, because the guy I was going to throw to was open for a touchdown. I know it.
He was
But
in the end zone because he was playing man to man.
Correct. I knew I had the touchdown. I knew I had it, but I didn't plan on the fact that he was coming and I wasn't going to be able to. But when I got hit while I was throwing the ball, this guy scooped it up off the ground for interception. And I mean, I ain't blaming Madden or nothing. That's my fault. I should have won, or I could have even thrown it to my running back in the flat.
Yeah, he was wide open.
You know what I mean? But I kind of got hit at the same time. And I think the wind up for the pass into the end zone will be longer than just dropping him off to the running back. Irregardless, I think I lost focus in that game, and I cost myself that win. And Cole, all hats off to him. He stayed focused and didn't lose it completely. I'm sure Eric coming in the party helped him.
Man,
instead of hurting him this time.
Right.
But yeah, that was a great win. I'm not gonna take it away from him. I just gotta hope that he just gets one or two more losses. He has to play Matt. I'm sure Matt will handle his business against Cole, right?
Yep.
Right, Matt?
Oh, I just told y'all, I'm not losing no more.
There you go.
That's twice.
There you go. So
that's twice.
Hey, I actually told myself when I was playing the Panthers, because he had me down like 14-0 or something at one point. And I just told myself, like, bro, you not about to lose to him. It ain't happening. And I just had to tell myself that, because I be overthinking the stuff. I be like, man, should I do this play? Like, dude, just do what you got to do.
Yep.
I couldn't lose that though.
No, but
anything else stand out this week, guys?
No, just and shout out to his defense too. I don't mean to just go back to your game, but he handled his business in that second half and only held you to 7 points. And that was a good game to watch. But y'all, if y'all really want a good laugh, either you listen to Tranks or you listen to the Code. But it's comedy. It's hilarious.
I actually let my voice be broadcast in his broadcast. So
yeah.
So even though he broadcasts, you can still hear my voice.
Yeah, because even your first couple of touchdowns with the rushing yard, you said something funny. What'd you say? Thank you.
See you later, mate.
Yeah, see you later, mate. Right. Y'all just listen to it and watch that. It was a great game to watch, and and definitely with Laura King coming in, I think that helped a little bit.
Yeah, and, I'm sure it helped.
Yeah.
Sure it helped.
Yep.
But he earned it.
Yep. Y'all see anything else?
Baltimore, Pittsburgh. You only lost by what?
I lost by 7
points.
All
what
right.
happened?
So second play of the game, I throw a pick 6 to Patty Queen.
Wow.
Drive down my next drive, throw the ball late. I think I throw another pick 6 right there.
Jesus.
Go down again at another point. Get down. I think I'm on like the 14. Throw that little bubble screen out there to my receiver. He gets the first down to the 7, gets hit, fumbles the ball. I'm like, damn. Every time I get in the red zone, something's going to happen. But I didn't quit this game. Put 21 up in the fourth quarter with a minute and a half left. He throws a bomb to Hollywood, seal that game, pick it off.
Wow.
Pull it back. Just wasn't able to get close enough to the end zone to make it count.
Well, I think, Mike, it's impressive that you were even in this game with 4 interceptions. I mean, you were able to pick Lamar Jackson off twice, but 4 picks by you usually seals the game. You know what I mean? And you
Yep.
throwing 4 picks and still losing by 7. I mean, Muhammad got off for 154 yards, even though J.K. Dobbins had 4 touchdowns
So yeah.
on 204 yards. So, you might want to seal up that run defense a bit.
Well, yeah. So one of those, and Tim was watching, I hit Dobbins in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
He gets to the line of scrimmage, gets hit again. Then he is running down the field, and Fulton grabs him. He shakes out of that.
Damn!
I'm like,
I think I might need to go rewatch this. Jeez.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna watch that together. So
yeah, I think I was napping when you had that going.
Yeah, so
that was a good performance, man.
And
really
that was like a 78-yard rush, for Dobbins right there, and that hit him in the backfield. So what do you do about that?
Yep. Hey, man, you could have helped me out with that loss. So thanks, Mike.
Man, I tried. I tried.
All right.
Well, like I said, we have 3 more games left before we advance to week 10.
What time do the
and then I will help you out with that loss still.
No. No, sir. No, sir. We got, what time are they playing tonight? Giants in Washington.
No, I don't.
Okay. Please,
but
fellas.
he said, I think I heard him say we had to play tonight. This is what he said yesterday, because I even went to bed early because I knew I had a game at noon today, which is probably why I'm so tired, because I haven't even took a nap or nothing today. But he said yesterday, we had to play today because I think he's got a really busy Saturday. So I hope Zay and Tiger figure out what they're going to do, because this game will determine whether or not Tiger even has a chance to come back in this division. Because he's 3 games back from first place. He wins. If Tiger wins this, it'll only be 2 games back.
Yeah.
So this is an important game for the NFC East, because it'll be helping. Also, the damn Cowboys will be in striking distance. So this is an important game for the NFC East. Of course, I don't know when the Broncos and Chiefs are going to play their game, because Chaz's wife be playing house flipper. So he sometimes
be playing house flipper, saying that it's his wife.
Right. And then we also got the Chargers and Raiders. You got to play.
Harris told me they were supposed to be playing Saturday morning when he's at work. So
all right, cool.
That's when they're supposed to play. So that's the only thing keeping us from advancing.
All right, and fellas, thank y'all as always getting your games in. The communication this year has been amazing. I don't think about one time we had to have a discussion about people communicating and getting their games in.
Yes.
So continue that, keep that going. Before we get off the show, side note, we have created a league for MLB The Show 21. All right. If you would like to join the league, right now we have 17 teams. So if you'd like to join the league, please inbox me. Let me know. I just need to get your gamer tag, and I could invite you to the league. We haven't started yet. We're just forming it right now. So if you don't have the show, y'all, that game is amazing.
If you have Game Pass, it's free.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just download it. You don't have to buy it. But it's so good that I think even after it goes off of Game Pass, which won't be for a while, I'm going to still buy it because it's that quality of a game.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody really knows what they're doing on there. Everybody's messing up. So you're not getting on the game and have a bunch of hawks on there. Just download the game and play it. Swing the bat a little bit,
Okay.
And we had all-out blast this week right here.
Yes, actually.
Home run derby.
It's fun.
That is fun.
Online competitive home run derby is fun. Something to do in between Madden stuff. Yeah, it's. I was surprised I had that much fun on the home run derby. I didn't think it would be that fun. There is a MLB post where everyone's claiming their team. So if you're wondering what teams are open, you can look on that post and it'll be obvious who has what team. But if you can't get in the league or haven't gotten an invite, put a post there, or inbox Dill or inbox Harris, the other commissioner. or inbox Chaz.
Harris gonna kick your butt with that. Inbox me for right now, because Chaz is not on yet. Ty, I'm logging on now, and I thought I sent you an invite already. And Tillman, just hit me up.
Tillman's in already, isn't he?
Yeah, but he said his neighbor wants in.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yep.
We need his gamer tag then.
Yep. And y'all, seriously, like, this game is amazing. So
you cannot get an invite if you have not downloaded the game. So
yes,
that's something that won't work. You got to download the game.
So I know this we always try to do an hour, 5 minutes, y'all, 5 minutes tops. What y'all think about real life NFL draft and the teams that, whatever players your team pick? What y'all think?
So I'll start because I am not happy with Pittsburgh.
Flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Steelers picked at 24 and drafted Najee
Steelers
Harris.
picked at 24, picked Najee Harris. They already had they got Kalen Ballage in the offseason.
A nobody.
He's
only good at FNG,
but yeah, he's not
nobody.
He's not just nobody, but he's a back. They have Anthony McFarland that they drafted
last year. Yeah.
Didn't get to play. They have Jalen Samuels, so they already have 3 running backs. The problem last year was not the running backs; it was the sieve of an offensive line.
They drafted anybody in the second round or third round?
Second round, they drafted a damn tight end. I'm like, yeah. So the Steelers need offensive line, linebackers, and cornerbacks.
No,
and
the Steelers needs a punter and a kicker.
And they're drafting a 4th running back and a tight end.
They drafted the best running back in college football last year.
Absolutely, I'm not disagreeing, but
so he's a stud.
Yeah,
all right.
It doesn't matter how good of a running back you are if you don't have an offensive line to back you up.
We'll see. I am currently pleased with the 49ers pick at 3 with Trey Lance. I personally wanted them to draft Justin Fields at 3, but I was happy with either Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, or Trey Lance at the number 3 pick. As long as it wasn't Mac Jones, I did not want Mac Jones at 3. If we had still had the 12th pick, I'd have been perfectly fine picking up Mac Jones, but not at 3. We traded up that year's pick and 2 more years picks after that for the number 3 pick. I did not want Mac Jones with his okay arm versus the guys who can't. Everybody from Zach Wilson, Lawrence, Trey Lance, and Justin Fields all have cannons for arms, so I wanted that, and the mobility helps too. And a second round, we got a guard from Notre Dame. Got a little bit of wheels on him. We needed help on the interior. We might even make the guy center, depending on who's who. Or put him at right guard. But I'm happy with our picks. No problems. What about you, Matt? How you feel about the Bengals drafting Jamar Chase instead of Penei Sewell?
T-Rex arms. I'm happy they got Chase, actually.
Really?
Yeah. They got the lineman in there.
Sewell's a beast. They say he's highest rated, like Kyle Pitts type of thing at line. Or Rashawn Slater.
Nah, see, I don't get into the draft that much. See, and I ain't got the Bengals. I don't got the Bengals on this game, so I'm definitely not going to pay attention to the Bengals as far as the draft until.
Well, y'all got Jamal Adams in the first round, right? Y'all got Jamal Adams in the first round and second round, I think, too.
Yep.
Because y'all gave up y'all picks for him, which he's a stud. So I can't even.
I mean, I was about to say make good sense.
Yeah, I would have done it. But what about you, Tim? I know you're a Giants fan.
I'll be honest, but I really don't know much about college football, so these coming in that are new, I just wait for the season to start because I don't know anything about them other than what's said during draft day. So I'd rather disqualify myself. I'm not sure. Well, I will say this: first round, and why they got that wide receiver, I still don't understand it. But is a special, and maybe because that young man can do both, play receiver and special teams. Maybe that's why they got him. I don't know. They're going to get some line, and they got a linebacker. I think third round, second round, whatever
Second
it was.
round.
So to I guess deal with the pass rush issue. But yeah, second round. So hey, we'll see what they're going to do, and then just keep an eye on
I
it the rest
believe
of the way.
they wanted a wide receiver, and when the
They
Eagles
wanted
drafted
Smith
right
as
in
a
front of
draft.
them,
Mhm.
yeah, when the Alabama receiver, when the Eagles moved up with where the Cowboys were and
Mhm.
drafted Smith in front of them, they traded
Yeah.
back, and I believe the Giants were made out. They got they got that first round at 19. They got the first round next year. They got a fifth this year and a fourth next year. To me, they made out.
That was a huge trade. Huge.
So,
Yeah, I like that trade.
I'm a little shocked they drafted a receiver, considering they got Galladay, Ross, Slayton, Shepard.
Yep.
Like to me, and Dante Pettis, who sucks. But the fact that they got all those guys, to me, a receiver just seemed superfluous. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I'm sure Gettleman knows what he's doing, right?
Dad, listen. I hope so.
We'll see. What about you?
We only have
Bill?
one football, and Saquon's coming back. So
Yes, the Browns picked up a corner from Northwestern.
Okay.
He's kind of edgy, you know.
Right.
He likes competition. I watched a couple of his highlights last night when I got to work. I like it. You know, I got 3 studs. I'm not gonna trade Greedy. hey, sorry, Chaz. But yeah, I'm the same thing. Like, you know, be honest, y'all, I didn't really watch NFL. I watch some college football, but yeah, you know, of course, I'm exactly like you, man. Like, I don't even follow. Like, I see who the Bengals pick. Of course, I'm a Bengals fan, but it's crazy because you're getting this Madden league. You're looking at your team and who they pick.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for them. Like, come on, Browns. Even though they in my same division with my Bengals, so definitely don't care about Pittsburgh. But
any chat?
You get all the disrespect.
Are they talking in the chat anything about the draft picks at all?
Nothing really. But,
no. Okay.
Yeah, nothing. They stand out. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm excited. But anything else, fellas?
Trey Lance, number 5.
Man, kick rocks. Anyway, I hope he get traded.
Garoppolo? You hope Garoppolo get traded?
Yeah, you wear that shirt.
Because they haven't traded him yet.
Hey, last thing, Tillman. Yeah, the only thing I need is Sean. I just need gamer tags, and I got
Sean's already in.
He said I think his brother plays the game.
Oh yeah, okay.
So yeah, tell me just send me a gamer tag, and yeah, they can get in the league. And if you ain't playing the show, y'all missing out. This game is amazing.
Yeah,
and we're actually gonna form it just like FNG. We already got a Facebook page, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This is a tester league, so we're gonna see how we gonna fill it out. I don't know all the rules and everything. We're gonna see how the first season gonna roll. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
How many games y'all might do?
Oh, we ain't doing 162 games. No. We're not doing that. That's a lot of baseball. It takes almost an hour to play 9 innings. So yeah.
Ideally, we should play a quarter of the game. So about 50. 50 games.
That's a lot, Trey.
That's a lot of baseball.
No, but here's why. Here's how you could do it. Right? And this is just me spitballing. Okay. Have it on automatic advance every single day. If you get on the play, you play. If not, it advances. The games will go by before you know it. You know what I mean? You got a day to schedule your game. Is that too fast?
That's too fast. I'm thinking about even Madden. Like everybody, yeah, I'm trying to run the league, and that's too fast for me. That's way too fast. We'll talk about it though. We'll talk about it offline.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. If
anybody got suggestions, we'd appreciate it too.
And side note, baseball is 162 games, not 182.
Who said 182?
Ty.
Oh, yeah, 162 games.
Yes, ignorant. Anyway, excellent show, fellas. Matt, thanks for joining. Dog, Tim, Appreciate you getting on, brother. You
Before we go,
ahead.
Deal, I want to let you know. I heard you say I wasn't gonna make the playoffs. I ain't gonna let you get away with that.
Hey, Todd. Did I say that? No, he asked me the question that did I believe Matt was gonna make the playoff? I didn't give an answer yet.
Your body
you
language
did answer.
said it. Your body language
you
said
did
it
answer.
Well, you ain't making the playoff then. Shit.
Hey, you gonna be on my next video, man. All right.
Well, luckily for him, luckily for Matt, almost half the league makes the playoffs, so that gives them a good chance. And one of the playoff teams that made it, the Bucks, ain't going. And if the Packers don't get themselves together, they might not be in there. And the Rams also are in trouble. So that's 3 of the wild card teams that were in last year that aren't, with the Cardinals playing well. And if Matt figures out what he's going to do, they might be the 2 of the 3 teams to replace him. So we'll see. Either way, good show, guys.
Yeah, good show. And fellas, I see all your comments about the games. I agree. We are not going to play 50 games. That is entirely too many games because Madden is only 16 games, and you see how long it takes us to play that. We're going to talk about it. If you want to chime in on it, we'll do this offline and
in a party.
Yeah, we can see what we can do.
It is that many, but you play a series too. So
but still an hour a game. It's long.
Sounds like offline chat to me.
Offline chat.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, sir.
$5.
AFC South, and FNG Football League do not get too comfortable with Sleep playing the way he's playing. He will get it. And then Tony Tranks knows he's going to be coming, and he's going to be an issue. So I have to take full advantage of this now before he becomes a headache. He's a headache in parties. Okay, I can't be both. So right now
he's gonna get his draft pick squared away.
He's gonna be an issue. He will get it right. Trust me, he will get it right.
Season 4.
That's it. Thank you.
Last season.
And shout out to Dog and shout out to Sleep. Man, it's a joy getting on Xbox and talking with y'all too, man. And Sleep, we're gonna get you on here, man. Talk your stuff. You trolling on here on YouTube, so
we need everybody. We need everybody who watches, who cares about this podcast, to like it and share it and comment.
Yep,
appreciate that.
Yeah, please. And as always, you're allowed to join this show. And again, I'm gonna give one more shout out to Harris. The reason why we're using Zoom is because of Harris. He opened this account and he paid. He's paying for it. So thank you, Harris. Appreciate you, brother. Now get back to work.
And that proves you.
I'm gonna say